Renner Mills, Minnesota Vikings. Just want to win one before I die.
Dalton's on record, Dallas Cowboys. Just trying to earn a little respect.
Lane Cooter, the conductor of the Baker train.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode here on Wide Eye Sports. I got us a little backwards here today. There we go. Switch this around here. We are here to talk Micah Parsons wants out of Dallas, and this is a video that Dalton feared might come, and I hoped I never had to make.
Been waiting.
Well,
since
a week ago.
Yeah, since a week ago.
I'm not worried. Hotly speculated on this channel that whether or not Micah would continue to be in Dallas. I have very much been on the train of you cannot pay three players top of market. Spoon is, continued to bitch about Dak Prescott's contract, and Dalton has been, well, you could pay all three of them, and we
will
highly recommend. There we go. He is still on the train. He has not given up hope, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope.
So. Dalton, would you like to start us off here? Would you like to give your thoughts on the situation?
No, I'm gonna start us off. So here's the deal. The Cowboy, I just want you guys to let me know, when was the last time a Cowboys player requested a trade? Not last time they had a holdout. They have holdouts.
No idea.
Exactly. That just doesn't happen, because at least in the last 30 years, Jerry may have players that have holdouts, but you know what he does after they hold out? He pays them. He pays them every single time. CeeDee Lamb was the latest holdout. He got paid. Zach Martin, before that, he got paid. Ezekiel Elliott, 2019, he got paid. Regardless of whether or not, when Jerry Jones says, I historically overpay players, he is right. Other than Zach Martin and CeeDee Lamb so far, and Emmitt Smith, when Emmitt Smith, 93, when he held out, that was granted. And then before that, and this wasn't even a Jerry thing, this is the last time a Cowboys player requested a trade. It was 1971, I think. It was a running back. His name was Dante Williams. The Cowboys had just been to the Super Bowl, and he requested a trade, and they traded him to the Patriots, and then immediately the Patriots wanted to rescind the trade. They asked the NFL to take the trade back because he was not getting along with anybody on the staff. And then they rescinded the trade. He went back to the Cowboys. And he didn't speak. The players were on record, none of them. He didn't talk to anybody. And then they went and won a Super Bowl. And then he was gone. And then nobody ever heard of him again. That is the last time that a Cowboy requested a trade. I am still firmly on the belief that this is going to happen, because Jerry Jones overpays players. It's not out of the realm of possibility that a team will go, even when you look at it and you go, this is cap suicide. Has that never happened before? No team has ever done that. No team has ever made a questionable deal before.
No team has ever handicapped themselves to this point where they're paying three players over 50% of the salary cap. No.
Okay.
No, that has never happened.
Okay. I still think it's going to get done, just based on what we've seen from Jerry Jones, because we see there is such a sample size for Jerry Jones interviews. For anything that happens, he's always one of the first people to talk about it on the fan show. And just from what all of the Dallas pundits have to say, and the beat writers and the sports writers, all of them are still, and even some of the top guys at everybody still pretty much thinks that this deal is going to get done. Jerry Jones said, don't lose any sleep over it. Okay. It's probably going to happen. And I think the only reason is because Jerry Jones he's a backdoor guy, I feel like he on the majority likes to do deals with the player specifically. And most of the time players are just like, sure, And this is one of the times where Micah Parsons is like, nope, because of who his agent is. Because his agent is David Mulgeta. And he going to get a piece of that pie. He definitely going to get a piece of that pie.
So, can I go now?
Cool.
I'm not here to tell you that there's no physical chance this deal gets done, because there is a chance. There is a 0.01% chance that they work this out somehow. My biggest thing is, one, immediately put your team in cap out. You are telling your fans, we do not plan on competing for Super Bowls, and we do not plan on competing at a high level. We are going to have star players, and we are going to lose games. That's what you're telling your fans. You're not going to have enough money to pay a team to play around these guys. It's just a fact. That's the fact of the matter. The second thing that bugs me about this situation is I feel like I feel like Micah feels very disrespected by Jerry Jones on a personal level. He feels that he and Jerry Jones had a conversation in March, and where they, talked about like him wanting to re-sign, him wanting to be a Dallas Cowboy, him having childhood dreams of playing for the Cowboys, winning Super Bowls for the Cowboys, making it America's team again. He talked about all that with Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones said, awesome, let's do it. And Micah said, I'd love to. And Jerry Jones, in his mind, said, deal's done. He'll do whatever I tell him to do. And in Micah's mind, it was awesome. He's going to pay me. And fast forward, Micah says him and his agency reached out and they didn't hear back. So then they go, okay, well, you know what? We'll wait till next year. We'll wait till the contract's up next year. And they waited and they waited and they waited, and they never reached out to his agency. And then Micah and Jerry have this conversation in March, and Jerry feels like, okay, done deal. And Jerry is still to this day taking that conversation as the contract. He is taking that conversation and what they did then as his word. Micah is off that. Micah is, I want to be on a different team. That conversation is not me negotiating my contract. That was me talking to you person to person in good faith about what my dreams are. That is not the contract, like, period. End of story. I mean.
Jerry Jones is old. He just runs differently.
Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. And I'm looking at the release that Micah Parsons put up from his notes app onto Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. This is it from his side of the story. It is completely unrealistic to assume that he would go back to the Cowboys based on how he feels in this. Now, things could change. Things can totally change. It's totally a possibility. But players don't release statements where they say, I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. Players don't say things like that to get more money. It's not like he wants more money. He wants things. He feels personally disrespected on a level, and by the team that is his childhood team that he wanted to play for. And it's kind of like when your first love breaks your heart and cheats on you. It's not a repairable
That's all
thing.
A really nice fairy tale. That's all a really nice thing to believe, and you go, oh, I can't wait to play in the NFL for my favorite team, and they're gonna pay me all the money that I want, and that's well, that's not exactly how that works, okay? Because the teams are run by businessmen, and I absolutely think that this is just playing into the drama. This is just playing into the Cowboys, because what do the Cowboys always do? They just step that drama up a level. They gotta be talked about up until the day that they play. What did they do with Dak Prescott? Paid him the day that they played the Browns. The freaking day.
Yeah.
And what happened before that with edge rushers? You're looking at Myles Garrett and his whole thing, and he's like, I don't want to be a Brown. I want out of here. I want to play for somebody who's going to win. And then they were like, hey, here's $40 million a year. And he goes, love the Browns. Can't wait to play next year.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's all I'm saying.
The Cowboys can't afford to do that. The Cowboys can't afford. No, they cannot.
No, they can't.
They cannot.
They can.
So next year they have $31 million to spend. So next year he's only getting $30 million.
The following year is 6.
What?
The following year it showed $6 million.
Yeah, so and then in 2026, they have $6 million to spend.
All assuming the cap's not going to go up?
No, this is assuming the cap goes up.
Oh, okay.
This is with the cap going up. Between now and then, let's see, between now and 2 years, they're raising it over $40 million. So they're assuming it's going up 40, and they're still only 6 over. And the year after that, even, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the bottom in the league in total cap space.
Brenner, remind me real quick, what happens when you go over the cap? You pay a fine, right, for that year that you go over the cap?
No. You can lose draft picks. You can lose free agency money. There's lots of things that can happen. This is not the NBA where you just pay a luxury tax. They will actually hinder your team from success if you go over the cap. Like teams in the NFL do not do that. Like there will be teams like, don't get me wrong, like this year here, let's look on SPO. We're looking on SPO track, or I am. Like currently the Buffalo Bills are negative $736,000 over the cap. They'll cut 3 or 4 guys to get that number good by the cut date, and then they'll go back over. So you just have to get it there for like a couple days, and then you can spend more money again. But you don't go over, you have to make it manageable.
The Cowboys could absolutely do that. The Cowboys could absolutely cut a bunch of guys.
So hold on. They could cut a bunch of guys
because we already signed. Because they have edge rushers and all that kind of stuff. Like
so those edge rushers they have are the guys they would have to cut. So for example,
we would have to cut Dante Fowler. We would have to cut George Pickens.
2026, when you guys have $6 million in cap space, you would have to cut at least. So if you're not touching any of the big guys, so you're not touching Dak, you're not touching CD, Tyler Smith, Odigizua. Thank you. Trayvon Diggs and Terrence Steele. You're not touching any of like the
Trayvon Diggs.
Names.
I mean, Trayvon Diggs he's a guy who might get traded.
So let's say you trash Trayvon. You're still only at $24 million, which means you have to cut in order. You'd have to cut Malik Hooker, Tyler Booker, Kevontae Turpin, and Mozzie Smith just to make room for Micah's contract.
Mozzie Smith could absolutely get cut.
Let me finish. You could absolutely do that. Now you have no money to sign rookies. You have no money to sign free agents, and you're down a wide receiver 3, your starting guard, your starting free safety, and your starting tight end. And you have no money to make that up. You can't sign rookies.
Said anything about tight end?
Terrence Ferguson. That was the first name I said. Or Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson. Terrence Ferguson.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Terrence Steele, I'm assuming.
No. Terrence Steele is staying set. He's staying on the team. But even if you cut Trayvon Diggs, you have to then cut Jake Ferguson, Malik Hooker, Tyler Booker, Turpin, and Smith just to make room for the Micah contract. And that is not accounting for losing 4 starters in your wide receiver 3. And this is without paying
Kevontae Turpin's not. Are you saying Kevontae Turpin's our wide receiver 3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's not. No, he is not.
Are you not big on him anymore?
Oh, I mean, he's
your wide receiver 3. Who's your wide receiver 3?
No, he's absolutely not. He's the special teams guy. He's the punt returner. He's the crazy play guy. I mean, it would be Jalen Tolbert or Jalen Brooks more than Kevontae Turpin.
Kevontae Turpin is a potential, but Tolbert's already off the team by this point. So at this point, your only 2 wide receivers under contract are CeeDee Lamb and Kevontae Turpin and Jonathan Mingo. Those are your 3 receivers under contract. And you'd have to cut all those dudes and not have any money to re-sign anybody. And you have like most of your contract is made, or most of your roster is made up by guys making under $4 million, which means those are all guys that are practice squad, rookie contract guys, like guys that you can't expect to be starters for you, or guys you can't pay guys that you have now that are on rookie contracts. So those guys are going to leave. Those guys are going to request trades. You cannot physically get this deal done and field a winning team. You can get this deal done. You cannot field a winning team afterwards.
Yeah, it just sucks because like this year we could only give him like around 30 mil. That's about how much we could give him.
You could give him 30 mil and then cut a bunch of guys and have $10 million left.
But what I'm saying is that next year, the following year, the 2026 year, that's where it's screwed up, and it's going to be bad. But then, like, you come into 2027, and then we have over 100 mil in cap space.
Now, what could happen is Dak could take a massive pay cut if Dak is willing to take a massive pay cut. But that deal would have to be done first.
Yeah, you have to do that first before you can
have to
sign
do that
Micah.
first before you can sign Micah.
Maybe that's what the holdup is. Maybe that's what Jerry's doing that you don't know about. Maybe that's the news that we see. That Dak takes a big, giant restructure.
They're trying to
pay Micah.
Maybe
I'm
they're
not-
trying. Well, he's due $74 million next year. Maybe they're trying to work a deal where they restructure that and pay him like around 52 mil. That clears up 22 mil right there that you could put towards a Micah contract next year when we don't have money. So
There you
maybe
go.
that's what they're doing, and then they're trying to get it to where they pay him on the back end because, like I said, in 2027 and 2028, we have over 100 mil in cap space.
Yeah,
extra.
but that's
We just gotta
most-
get through these next
most
2
teams-
years.
We just got to
teams
get
have
to
that.
these.
They're
yeah.
still 23rd in the league in 2027. Most
Right.
teams have a lot of money though. But this
But
is
we s-
all
But it's just the reason why you're not seeing this Micah deal go down right now. I think it's all because we're in salary cap hell next year. Not this year, 2025. I'm talking about 2026. We're screwed. We can't pay Micah in 2026.
the
we can
problem
pay
is
him this
the
year.
problem is you can't even really pay him this year.
You're gonna underpay him, but
You're gonna
still,
you're gonna tell him, hey, we're gonna
Yeah.
give you $28 million this year so we can stay above the salary cap. We're gonna give you
Right.
28 this year, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna give you 3 next year, and then what? You're gonna pay him 80 a season the next 2 years?
Yeah, you
No
can't do-
way.
No,
You're not
there's
gonna
no
do
way.
it. So then it's okay. Well, we'll pay you $45 million a year for the next 4 years. After that, you'll do a 6-year deal. And he's looking at it going, by that time, edge rushers will be making $55 million, and I'll be underpaid. I'm not doing that.
Right.
So like, there is no way to get him the value that he is worth right now under the Cowboys books. It's not possible to do it, and there's no agent or player in their right mind who would accept that a backloaded deal when you're one of the top 3 players at your position.
Yeah, honestly, and also another point, I saw somebody say, if you take Micah Parsons off of this Dallas defense, is this the worst defense in the NFL?
No.
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 No,
No.
not at all.
No.
No. The Saints
think
have a
so at
way
all.
worse. Name one Saints starter on defense.
Valid.
Exactly. I mean, literally.
Sure.
I mean, Cameron
Our,
Jordan's the only one I can name.
it's gonna take a hit to our defense, but it doesn't mean that we're the worst. We're a back half defense, I would believe.
Yeah.
Like we're a
True,
bottom
because I
six
do
team.
like Odigizua. You know, I like Malik Hooker, Sam Williams.
Dante
I like
Fowler
Deron
Jr.
Bland.
Yeah,
I like
Ron
Dante
Bland's
Fowler.
not terrible. He's a good
I'm glad we-
corner.
I'm glad
Trevon
we got.
Diggs is not terrible.
Trevon Diggs.
He's
Like
still,
our corner, or like our.
I'm not
our
high on
secondary
Solomon
is
Trayvon.
not
Thomas
terrible.
is decent. He's not
Trayvon's been
great.
injured a lot. Trayvon's been injured a
Yeah,
lot,
yeah.
and
I
I'm
don't
not.
hate Mozzie Smith. Don't
So
hate
I'll
him.
put it this
don't
way.
hate. I mean, I don't hate any player, but I definitely don't like Mozzie Smith.
That's-
He was a first-round pick, and he is like, why is he still on the team? He's in his like 3rd year. He's going into his 3rd or 4th year, and it's like he just, you know,
So there's definitely
the
a way.
narrative that is that Dallas hasn't had a great run defense, and Mozzie Smith has been a part of that, and he's been.
I mean,
he
are
hasn't produced.
the Cowboys did draft Donovan Iziraku
Yeah,
from Boston College, who was supposed to be a first-round pick. Like a lot of people had him going in the top. Honestly, some people had him going in the top 25. Are the Cowboys just seeing him and being like, "Hey, we'll just put him at D end and let Michael walk"? Because
they did sign a couple DNs, and they walked a couple of them too. Man, like they're looking.
it just sucks. Because
So what do we think? Micah's going to get 42 a year?
I mean, it's got to be what it is.
I
if
mean,
that's what
TJ
he's-
Watt just got 41 a mil. Or a
That's
year,
what I'm
right?
saying.
what I'm
He's going to
saying.
get 42 million a year.
I don't think
Yeah.
he shouldn't get paid more than TJ Watt.
Micah.
Well, but it's not, that's how the market thing works, though. They reset the market.
no,
that's how
no,
it
no, no.
works.
Even without the market, you don't think that he should get paid more than TJ Watt?
I don't think so.
I would take TJ Watt over.
I would take
Micah
TJ
Parsons.
Watt over Micah Parsons.
I would take Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Micah Parsons in that
Yeah.
order.
That's why I don't think. I mean, I understand they always
That's
reset the
insane.
market, but I don't think Micah should be getting paid more than
That's insane.
both of those guys.
That's a wild take. That is
Really?
crazy. I would absolutely take Micah Parsons over TJ Watt.
I mean,
Brenner's
Let's-
like, let's compare.
let's compare. I mean,
Let's
we're
compare.
here. Let's compare. I don't know what the numbers look like. I could be way off. All right, so we're looking since Mike has been in the league, so 2021 to 24. Because Mike is the newest.
I think he missed 6 games last year.
That's fine. I mean, we're looking at since he's been in the league. So here we go.
Pretty sure he's got at least
Probably
12
doing like a
sacks a
17.
season.
So here's the breakdown. Since they've all been in the league, you have Myles Garrett has been the most valuable to his team with Micah in second and TJ in third. Interceptions, TJ Watt. I mean, interceptions don't really matter for DNs.
That's irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's just
Sacks, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, and then Micah. Solo tackles, Micah has a lead on both of them. Forced fumbles, Micah comes in third with TJ Watt higher. Myles Garrett right in front of Micah. And then fumble recoveries, I'm not really going to count.
I mean, Micah
Pro
also
Bowls-
has a higher double team rate. He gets double teamed a lot more.
I
Like
thought Myles
it's,
Garrett had
it's,
the number one double team.
Yeah,
Myles
Myles
Garrett
Garrett
has
has
the
the
number one.
number one.
and Micah is number 2. Micah gets double teamed the second most.
But which
more than
year
TJ
was
Watt.
that though? Because this was
Every
this is
year.
over.
Like
There's
like not the
Hold on,
first
hold on.
year, obviously, but like the second and his second and third and definitely his 4th year. Also, he doesn't get any holding calls.
I think it's a PFF stat, isn't it? What
I'm
is
not sure.
double team rate? I'm trying to find.
Because I've seen it a lot. It definitely is like Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons. Like Myles Garrett clearly, and then Micah Parsons, and then there's like a slew of other guys.
I don't know. I don't know where the. So I'm looking through Pro Football Focus right now. Spoon, you want to give your thoughts on the Cowboys as a whole right now? While we talk about the Micah Parsons thing,
Just as a whole.
Like, what do you think as a Cowboys fan about the Micah Parsons deal? Should it get done? Should it not get done?
I mean, it should have already been done. It should have been done fucking months ago. But
Yeah.
there's not really much the Cowboys can do. There's not much money there to pay him, and it's unfortunate that I'm gonna bitch about it that we're paying Dak so much more money than he deserves, and that's where it's all going. Unfortunately, and I say it every single time I talk about it, but that is where the money is going. There's no reason. Like I was looking at, let me pull it up. I have their contracts up here. There's no reason why we should be paying Dak Prescott $74 million next year. $74 million is what his cap hit is next year. That is insane.
There's still a lot of time left until kickoff, until September 4th. And I think, I mean, we got, what, a month? Yeah, about a month. I think it is very possible that we could see like a restructure with Dak and possibly a Micah signing.
Like, just to give you an example, right now, people are all like, you see other sports analysts talking about it. They're putting Baker above Dak Prescott in NFC in quarterback rankings, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we are.
Absolutely.
And Dak's making $25 million more than Baker next year. Like, it's outrageous. And I'm going to keep bitching about it until it's fixed. I'm always going to keep bitching about it.
If a deal doesn't get done, do you think he still plays week 1? If he doesn't have a deal by then?
Absolutely. He will still play.
You think he will?
Yes. I do think he will play. I don't have any question about that. He is a guy who has already said, if this is it, this is it. I'm going to go out. I'm going to play the best I can, and I'm going to give it all I have, and we're going to see what happens. So if it doesn't get done, I still think he's out there.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's out there next season.
Yeah, well, they still, I mean, technically he would still be a Cowboy even if let's say if he doesn't play all year this year, he is still a Cowboy next year for the year. So, like he'd have to get like signed by somebody. But like as a free agent, he'd still be with the Cowboys.
I'm confused on what you're saying, I guess.
So I kind of wanted to end the video with this. If he's not a Cowboy, what team does he go to?
I'm
just curious.
Pittsburgh.
Any team.
You think he goes to Pittsburgh? You think they
What?
do a Micah TJ Watt duo?
They just signed TJ Watt.
Yeah, but I don't
think they're
are
going to
they-
sign
anybody else right
another. How many times have 2 edge rushers been paid top of the market money? You think they're gonna pay him $40 million a year?
They have
TJ Watt?
$46 million in cap space as of right now for next year. Pittsburgh does, which ranks 11th, so almost top 10 in the league. The year after that, they have top 10 cap space.
Yeah.
The year after that, they have 12th in league in cap space. And then the year after that, they are 5th in league in cap space. So they have borderline top 10 or top 10 cap space each of the next 4 years for a Micah deal. He's already stated he would like to play in Pittsburgh. He would like that. So
Yeah, Penn State. So
yeah. So I mean, I'm not trying to say that's like, oh, he's going there, but I am saying like I could see that deal getting done. I could see that two-headed monster. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, because Philly can't afford him. I'm looking at them right now.
Yeah,
too.
Philly can't afford him.
Philly can't afford him because not this upcoming year, but the following year, 2026, they only have like $20 million in cap space.
I mean, another team that to look out for is the Chargers. The Chargers have some space. You have Jim Harbaugh there, defensive guy. I mean, you know, the Aldon Smith days of the 49ers. I really think that could be a big boomer bust. You have the Vegas Raiders and Pete Carroll.
I think Vegas would be with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll loves building defenses. Y'all know, we all know this.
But Pete Carroll loves to build from the back end down. Like those, like Michael Bennett was the starting defensive end for those Seahawks teams, and like
he's more of a secondary type guy.
Yeah, so he likes to build from the secondary down, but he's a good defensive coach, so that's an option.
We'll see, man. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Dalton hasn't even thought about another team yet.
No. Yeah, Dalton is very against it. He is.
Which I mean, I'm against it too. Like, there's a reason why I have my last 2 Cowboys jerseys were CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. I don't have a freaking Dak Prescott jersey. I don't want one.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I have one just as a present. Somebody didn't ask me. They just gave it.
Fair.
They got it for me. So.
But yeah, I went out and bought CeeDee Lamb and Micah because I was like, these two are just positional studs. They're gonna be freaking awesome. Yeah, I don't think Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I
mean, borderline top 10, maybe. I guess you could argue, but
as far to put a close to the Micah deal, I don't think a deal gets done. I think Micah plays in Dallas this year and walks at the end of the season, and that's that. I think that's what happens. I think
we see a deal done by September 4th. On September 4th, if we haven't seen a deal done, we will see a deal done on that day.
September 4th.
That's the day. That's Cowboys Eagles.
You think it'll be done September 4th? You think he'll show up to the first week of? Well, yeah, I think he would. 100%. So I don't think there's not a bone in my body that thinks this deal gets done.
Okay.
But
you want to make a bet on it? You want to?
No, because like I said, it's not like impossible to do. I just don't think Micah.
Because we still have that bet about the Ben Johnson, who is or MCDC.
No. What? No, it was,
you think it was MCDC that he won't be in Detroit in 2 years?
Yes. That Dan Campbell will be fired in Detroit before the start of the 3rd season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think that's on track to play out.
No chance.
That's going to be hilarious to watch in real time. But the Micah thing, it's just not realistic to pay him. It's not really like you're spending the rest of your cap money this year to pay him, right? You're spending $25 of $31 million to pay him this year. And then next year, you straight up he has to be willing to take a pay cut. He has to be willing to play for nothing. So you got to get him up into the 50s for this year. Like, he'd have to be like 50 plus this year to make up for the 4 he's going to make next year.
We'll see.
I don't know. The only way this gets done is if Micah does Jerry a favor. And from what Micah has said, he is willing to do no more favors.
Okay.
So that's mine. Anybody got anything else?
The drama continues and will continue.
Alrighty. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.